Is there something else that jumps to mind? Like, what is there something? I know, like in terms of papers, like I know the Bitcoin paper is super popular.
Hmm.
Is there something interesting to be said about any of the white papers in the
Hmm.
cryptocurrency space?
Yeah, the Bitcoin paper was the first paper that we put
Oh,
on
really?
Fermat, and
Why that choice as the first paper?
this was a while ago, and it was one of the papers that I read, and then kind of explained it to Luís and our two other friends that do this journal club with us, and I did some research in cryptography as an undergrad, and so it was a topic that I was interested in. But even for me, I had that background, but reading the Bitcoin paper, it took me a few reads to really kind of wrap my head around it. It's right. It uses very Spartan, precise language in a way. It's like you feel like you can't take any word out of it without something falling apart. And it's all there. I think it's a beautiful paper, and it's very well written, of course. But we wanted to try to make it accessible so that anybody that maybe is an undergrad in computer science could go on there and then and know that you have all the information in that page that you're going to need to understand the mechanics of Bitcoin. And so, like I explain, the basic public key cryptography that you need to know in order to understand it. Like explain, okay, what are the properties of a hash function and how they are useful in this context. Explain what a Merkle tree is. So a bunch of those basic concepts that maybe if you're reading it for a first time and you're an undergrad and you don't know those terms, you're going to be discouraged because maybe, okay, now I have to go and Google around until I understand these before I can make progress in the paper. And this way it's all there. So there's a magic to also to the fact that over time more people went on there and added further annotations. So the idea that the paper gets easier and more accessible over time, but you're still looking at the original content the way the author intended it to be. But there's just more context, and the toughest bits have more in-depth explanations.